Welcome back. We're live on Coinmarketcap blog, Alexandria. So, we're talking about five basics to spot an undervalued project. So, I think most of these articles are coming up since the Shiba Inu, the Squid token, rock pool, the one that happened recently. So, this article was done by Daniel C. Phillips. So, we're going to be checking out the context. Table of contents, we have check its market valuation. So you can take note of these table of content, these keynotes. Check its backers, check its team, scrutinize its tokenomics, and gauge its market fit. So you said the cryptocurrency market can be both incredibly lucrative or gut wrenching, painful, depending on these decisions you make when investing. Unfortunately, it's rare to stumble across such fire winds when making an investment, so there will always be some degree of risk involved. Nonetheless, through careful project selection and proper due diligence, it's possible to dramatically minimize the risk and maximize the odds of success. So here we take a look at five simple steps you can use to spot potentially undervalued and attractive projects. These tips primarily focus on pre-launch and early-stage projects, but can generally be applied to more established projects just as easily. See, as always, never invest more than you can afford to lose. There are no entities in the investment game. So check its market valuation. So we're going to be looking at that, guys. It says one of the simplest ways to identify an attractive investment opportunity is by examining whether an asset is undervalued. So for projects that haven't yet launched, this means checking its initial market capitalization. That this is the value of all its token units that will be in circulation following its token generation event. So as a beginner, you want to take note of beginner investor or as a investor, you want to take note of these tips. So you need to check out the value of its token units that will be in circulation following its token generation event. So projects that have an initial market cap that is lower than the expected fair value can represent lucrative investment opportunities since the market trends move the token price toward its fair value in the days and weeks following its TGE. In general, a project that launches with a lower than expected market cap has a strong chance of gaining value until it achieves its fair value. Conversely, projects that have a higher than expected market cap, such as due to a sudden transient influence of others, may eventually fall back to a lower fair market cap. So let's use AstroSwap for example, a token whose market cap is $120. So as the first DEX on Cardano, it's easy to compare its market cap to other prominent DEX like PancakeSwap and Uniswap, both of which have a market cap well excess of $1 billion. Sure enough, AstroSwap quickly moved closer to its fair market value following its launch, climbing from $120,000 to $120 million market cap at its peak. So you want to take full note of this concept, guys. It says, I'm going to repeat that again. It said AstroSwap, as an example, token whose market cap was set at $120,000 as the first DEX on Cardano. It is easy to swap its market cap to other prominent DEX like PancakeSwap and Uniswap, both of which have a market cap of excess of $1 billion. Sure enough, AstroSwap quickly moved closer to its fair market value following its launch, climbing from $120,000 to $120 million market cap at its peak. So those are the concepts you want to note. So check its backers. Before diving into any project, it's generally a good idea to see who you're investing alongside. Practically, this means checking out its earliest known backers, paying close attention to any noteworthy VC funds and angel investors they have onboarded. So, for the popular one, we're looking at Dogecoin. You want to know that that's Elon Musk. You want to know people involved in such projects. I said, in general, projects will have a list of most prominent backers on their website, but this primarily implies to projects that are venture funded. So using Port Finance as an example, we can see that it's backed by a range of well-established VC funds, including Redstone Capital, Morningstar Ventures, Jump Capital. From here, you can navigate to each VC's website to see their track record. Zooming in on Morningstar Ventures, we can see it has also backed early titans such as Elrond, Covalent, Yield guide games. So from perhaps more importantly, you can see it was backed by Ascend X. So early exchange backers can be an indicator of a sex listing down the line, and sure enough, Port Finance was listed on Ascend X. So ideally, you will want to see not only a list of well-respected VC funds with excellent track records, but also backers that are known to add value to the project, whether that can be through assistance with a marketing strategy, development, or something else. On the flip side, if the project is backed by rather obscure VCs or completely lacks any backing, this could be a red flag. If the experts don't want it, why would you? So you want to check out the team too. It says strong team is a key to a strong project. There are no two ways about it. By selecting projects that have an accomplished, experienced team behind them, you can dramatically increase your odds of success. The executive team should be subject to the majority of your scrutiny. Pay close attention to the background experience of its CEO, CBDO, CMO, and perhaps most importantly, its CTO. So using precog and upcoming features, ecosystem, and basis trade aggregator protocol. As an example, we can break down how you do some basic due diligence as a team before investing. So first off, the CEO as the project lead and the individual responsible for organizing and managing the team. A strong CEO is paramount. Examining the giant's Rajapaksa's LinkedIn, we find that he founded and managed a variety of startups in different niches over the last decade, demonstrating strong business sense. So moving on to the CTO, Arthur Ferreira, we see that he founded Utrust, one of the best performing projects of 2017, and is a partner as an established crypto fund. And lastly, the platform CMO Xavier Garcia has held high-level marketing roles in the blockchain space for half a decade, largely focused on blockchain-based financial products. They have a strong team bodes well for the project, whereas a subpar team can be a sign of weakness. So look for evidence of prior success and history of sticking true for long time. So if the team is not publicly facing, this makes the job a lot more difficult. In this case, it would be best or alternative ways to verify the team's accolades, such as looking over the project's GitHub, by checking for awards, or considering testimonials. Then you want to also scrutinize the tokenomics. So one of the key aspects of any successful project is sustainable tokenomics, irrespective of how good the project is. High inflationary tokenomics will inevitably lead to price suppression if there isn't sufficient utility in place. So unfortunately, some projects aren't exactly transparent about their token emission, and it can be a challenge to accurately work out how fast a token supply will inflate. Others, however, have transparent economics, helping you work out if this will be a problem. So currently talking about the market data, some tokens on some listed tokens, they usually do not have this tracked market data. Your market data is not tracked, but you can still be able to make your own research. There's some of the best ways to identify whether a project will suffer from high inflation include checking the vesting schedules of its early backers, T and advisors, seeing whether the project is holding a substantial airdrop or is running a long-term yield. So you can see if they are holding a substantial airdrop, which is usually common with most projects. So for projects that seem to have a relatively high amount of inflation, check if there are any measures in place to reduce the circulating supply, such as staking system or any bond mechanics. So PancakeSwap is an excellent example of this. Although the project suffers from a level of inflation that will cripple most projects at 371,600 K per day, it also offers strong utility for the token with numerous bond mechanisms in place to help ensure supply and demand are roughly balanced. So we have gauge its market fit. So as you may already know, cryptocurrency market moves in ebbs and flows. Projects that would perform extraordinarily well at any point in time may not perform so well when they actually launch. So likewise, projects that seem to be less than stellar at or prior to their launch may evolve into just what the market needs. So staying on top of the market and having general understanding of current trend is crucial for identifying projects that have a good market fit or are likely to fit the market later. So one of the simplest ways to gauge a project's market fit is by doing some basic keyword analysis. Taking recently launched Blocktopia as an example, simply browsing its website, you find that it's building in some of today's most hyped and marketed niches, including decentralized real estate, gaming, non-fungible tokens, and the metaverse, which is the most popular one. So seeing whether a project aligns with current trends can be simple as checking the performance of some of its keywords on Google Trends by monitoring trending tags on social media, especially crypto Twitter. So you want to check out crypto Twitter for more updates on that. So as a platform building a decentralized metaverse on Polygon, Octopia is the nail on the head and launched right when interest in the metaverse reached its peak. But most importantly, it was developing long before the metaverse became a hot niche, giving it a head start over the competition. So that said, it's important to double check that the project you're scrutinizing isn't just appropriating current trends in order to dupe investors. So this would be a major red flag. So guys, article was done by Danny Phillips. So cryptocurrencies are all I talked about. I hope you find these helpful in spotting undervalued projects. So you want to stay safe. You don't want to FOMO into any coins. Shabai keys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Peace out. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comment section. We're dropping a link so you can get access to these and other updates from CoinMarketCap, guys. One love.